Hello, pre-algebra. Mr. Lawrence here with your flip lesson for Monday, March 26th. I know the answer key says 27, but that's because it's the answer key for tomorrow. All right, I will scroll through it. You can check the assignment in black or the assignment in blue, depending on which problems you did. I know many of you got a good chunk of this done in class. Some of you, like Jason White, got both assignments done in class. Mr. Hevesy did a nice job. A lot of you really buckled down and got to work. All right, if it's going too fast, remember you can always go ahead and pause the video or rewind part of it. All right, so let's get on to the lesson. We're going to be reviewing because we have a test coming up. I know we took a partner quiz, but we need to actually take a test on reflections, rotations, and etc. And this first problem here, we are going to do a translation of, and I'm going to give you a slope on this one. Hold on one second. Okay, I got interrupted there, so I don't remember what I just said, but I know I wrote down the word translation, so I'm getting ready to do a translation. I'm going to give you a slope, and I'm going to do it a translation of -2/3. All right, now this is going to be a real easy one. All right, but we're just warming up here. So I've got A is right here. The new A prime, will go down 2 and right 1, 2, 3. And there's A prime. All right, B, right? It's going to go down 2 and over 1, 2, 3. There's B prime right there. C is going to go down 2 and over 1, 2, 3. All right, and there's C prime. And then D will go down 2 and 1, 2, 3. And there is D prime. And I'll draw it in red. Okay. And there you go. It's just like this whole shape moved to right there. And it matches pretty close. I drew it freehand the second time, so it's not 100% accurate, but it's close enough. We understand what happened. That's all a translation is. All right, so let's not spend any more time on that. I think most of you are pretty good experts at this. Now we're going to do some reflections. And I'm telling you, I'm really proud of Jocelyn Fajardo. She came in Monday after school, and she spent a lot of time on reflections because they were giving her trouble. We're going to do an easy reflection. The one we're going to do in blue is going to be across the y-axis. All right, so I'm going to reflect this across the y-axis. Remember, the first thing I do is put in my mirror. So I'm going to get a mirror, and since I'm doing it in blue, I'm going to make my mirror blue, and I'll even make it broken. So we'll get a broken style line here, and I'll make it a little bit thinner. Oh, and you can't see that, so I better make it a little bit bigger. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so I'm going to do it in blue. Now all I do is count the distance from the mirror. B is 1, 2, 3. The new B will be 1, 2, 3 on the other side. There's B prime. A will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The new A will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's A prime. And C will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's the C prime. And I'll go A to B, and B to C, and then up to A. And there you go. It should look like the mirror image. The longest side of the black triangle is facing the mirror. The longest side of the blue triangle is facing the mirror. A is pointing away from the mirror, kind of up at an angle. A prime is pointing away from there at an angle in the other direction. All right, so now in green, I'm going to take the black one and I'm going to reflect it across the line. And I'm going to say y equals 1. Now this is where some of you get screwed up. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get 3 points. Okay? Get 3 points. Now, you see how it says right here that y equals 1? Each one of those coordinates, you need to fill in 1 for the y spot. Why? Because y equals 1. Y has to be 1. Has to be. All right. Now the x choices are up to you. So maybe I'll choose like -2, 0, and 2. Now that's up to you. Only because it says y equals. All right. I'm going to explain that one more time. You get to pick the x value because the mirror, the equation of the mirror is y equals 1. The y coordinate must equal 1 because it says that. All right. If it said x equals, then I wouldn't get to pick the x value. I would be told what it was, and I would pick the y value. All right, so I'm going to plot these 3 points, negative 2, 1, right there, 0, 1, and then 2, 1. And notice the mirror makes a horizontal line. So I'll draw my mirror in. Notice I'm only reflecting the black one. And then I'm just going to do the same thing, count the distance to the mirror. So C is 1 above the mirror. C prime will be 1 below the mirror. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above the mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below the mirror. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, man. Okay. There we go. There's a reflection across the line y equals 1. Now, in this time, I'm going to take the green one, and I'm going to reflect it. I'm doing the green one now, not the black one, not the blue one. I'm doing the green one. And I'm going to reflect it across the line. And I will say, let's see here, x equals negative 2. Again, I'm going to find 3 points, okay? But for each one of these points, I'm told, Omar, are you listening to this? I'm told that x has to be negative 2. So I'm going to fill in negative 2 for all 3 points. All right, my y's are up to me. Why didn't I get to pick x? Because I was told that x had to be negative 2. All right, so I'm going to put in, say, 0, 1, and 2. So I'll go to where negative 2, 0 is. Negative 2, 1. And then negative 2, 2. And that makes a vertical line. So I will put my mirror in as a vertical line. And I'll change its color to red in a moment, just so we can tell what's going on. And so let me change that to red. All right. And then I'm going to reflect them. Now these are already called prime, A prime, B prime, C prime. So I'm going to call them double primes. C prime is 1, 2, 3 away. C double prime will be 1, 2, 3 away. There's C double prime. Okay, A prime is 1, 2, 3 away. 1, 2, 3 away for A double prime. B is 1 away. B double prime is 1 away. A to B, B to C, A to C. And there you go. All right. Those are reflections. Okay. I'm going to do not too much more because we're running out of time here. I'm going to do a 90-degree rotation and a 180-degree rotation. So first I'll do a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. Okay. So remember, I need my quadrants for this, right? This will be quadrant 1. Oops, I'm not in right mode. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and then quadrant 4. Right? I'm going to write down my coordinates of A. This looks like it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, negative 1. B, negative 3, negative 2. C is going to be at negative 3, negative 3. And D is going to be at negative 5. Sorry, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4. Make sure I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. So 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. Well, this is clockwise. So counterclockwise will take me from the 3rd quadrant into the 4th quadrant. So let me get rid of that clockwise. I'm going to end up in quadrant 4. I know that in quadrant 4, I have a positive x and a negative y. One second. Okay, so we're going to do a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. I apologize, I got interrupted there, and so I've got to come back and rechange my thoughts. And I do remember I said that we're going to have a positive x and a negative y because we're in the fourth quadrant. And that's kind of hard to read, so I'm going to rewrite that. There we go, looking good. All right, so now remember for the 90-degree rotation, and I'm going to go blue on this one, excuse me. All right, I'm going to switch x and y. So A prime, I'm going to switch the x and y positions, 1 and 4. X is positive, y is negative. So A prime is at 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. B prime, I'm going to switch x and y. So 2 and 3 are going to change places. X has to be positive, y has to be negative. Why is that? Because sorry, lost my train of thought. Because I'm in the fourth quadrant. A prime and B prime bother me, but no, that's good. That's going to work out. All right, so C prime, x and y switch, well, they're both 3, except the y has to be negative. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's looking pretty good there. All right, and then finally D prime, x and y will switch. So I'll go 4, 5, and the y value has to be negative. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there's D prime. Okay. And there you go. There's the shape. By the way, that's not a trapezoid because the sides aren't parallel. I know they might look kind of parallel, but they're actually not. If you look at the black one, you can tell. All right, now I am going to take that black one and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees, and then I'm going to end the video. You guys will have seen enough for today, and we'll get some practice with this kind of stuff tomorrow, making sure we're really good on it. All right, so I'm going to do this one in red, and I'm going to go 180 degrees of the black one, which is going to send the black one to the first quadrant, right? Remember, I don't have to tell you counterclockwise or clockwise on 180 degrees because they both take me to the first quadrant. Now, I think that the 180 degree rotations are easier because A double prime, you just change both signs. 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And there is A double prime. Okay, B double prime. All right, 3, 2. Just change both signs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. B double prime. Okay, C double prime. 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. C double prime. Okay, 5, 4. See how simple that is? All you have to do is change the signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's D double prime. I go A to B, B to C, C to D, and then back to A, and I'm done. All right, guys. We'll talk about dilations in tomorrow night's video, and it looks like we're going to have a test on Friday because there is an assembly Thursday afternoon, so some of you missed my class. Now, Danny Shea mentioned that he was going to be out Friday, want to take it early. You know what? You could take it at lunch if it's got a study hall, but we'll work that out. So those of you that won't be here on Friday, please make sure you talk to me. Don't let the test go over spring break. You'll forget all your material. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing out. Have a good night, everybody.